I have been playing FPS games pretty much my entire life, and one of the things that I picked up on, especially in the younger days of my playing, is that you feel the need to carry in every single game that you play. And at least for me, I don't know if it's a hyper competitive thing or what, but I feel like I have to be either the top frag or have the most impactful kills or plays in the game in order for me to kind of feel fulfilled with the game that I'm playing. And I've been playing Valorant since 2020, back when it came out. I played the beta for it. And coming from other shooters like Rainbow Six and all that, I felt the need to play a duelist because duelists were the people that were supposed to get in. They were supposed to be the most mechanically inclined players, and I thought my aim was pretty good, so I gravitated towards that role. And one of the main things that I learned when playing duelist is that sometimes that might not be the best place to be when it comes to actually ranking up in a game like Valorant. So I have reached Immortal 5 different times, mainly solo queue, but I mained nothing but duelist. So I played Reyna, I played Jet, the occasional Phoenix, characters like that. And I did get to Immortal where I wanted to be, but I think me playing duelist at the time made it some of the hardest, or made the whole journey one of the hardest ones it has to be for absolutely no reason, when in reality I could have made it a lot easier. And this is pretty much what I learned. So what I learned is that a duelist is not always the place you want to be, because one, a duelist can be somebody that, even though they're mechanically inclined, even though you have good aim, even though you have good mechanics, sometimes it's not going to work out for you. Even the best duelists that have incredible aim, duelists that have incredible movement, game awareness and all that, sometimes you're just going to get shut down because you're going to be the first one to entry. Whenever you entry a site, especially in the lower rank lobbies, whenever you play with people that play initiator that might not know how to set up their duelist, because it's up to an initiator to kind of give you that info. And the same way that there are duelists in low ranks that don't really help you get into get the space you need to get into site and all that, there are a lot of initiators that won't help you set up when you play duelist. So for example, if you have a Sova, if you have a Sky, they won't drone for you, they won't arrow for you, they won't give you that info that you need to be able to make those plays. But whenever you play duelist, you're going to be the first one to entry site, and if you don't have that adequate support from your team, then you're most likely going to be the first one to die, meaning that you're kind of exposing yourself to a lot of different problems, a lot of different dangers. And if you consider yourself the best player on the team, yeah, sometimes you can overcome it, but there are times that there's going to be nothing you can do about it. You're going to hit that cipher trap, you're going to get hit by that one angle you didn't see, you're going to get flanked, if people don't set up their trips right or whatever, and it makes it really, really difficult to climb. And I feel like, yes, you can completely carry games on duelists, there's no problem with that, but it's going to be a gamble every single game if your team is going to be willing to give you that support that you're going to need. So when I started playing smokes, and I did play initiator here and there, right? But when I mainly started playing smokes, not because I wanted to, because I got auto-filled whenever I started playing Valorant again. Nobody wanted to play smoke, so it had to be me. I learned the value of, okay, so it's gonna sound weird, but you have to bait your team if you feel like you're the best player on the team. And I mean legit, like if you have aim and you know you're good at the game and you're not delusional and pretending like you're gonna be the best player ever, you should play smokes, because smokes can give you so much insight on the game. And not only that, you're supposed to bait your teammates, you're supposed to bait your duelists. You should be the last one on site, because one, you're going to be the smokes, and if you have a character, for example, like Omen, who gets their smokes back, you're going to be extremely valuable to the team the longer you stay alive. So you do not want to die. So having the ability to trade out your teammates, letting the people that are not as good as you go into site first, means that you can trade them when they die, if they die, right? Sometimes, randoms can go off, but if they do decide to go into site, you can trade them out and you stay alive, and you have all that util that you can use, and you have, someone that is viable mechanically still alive to help you win the round. And that should have made sense to me before, obviously, when I was first learning how to play the game, but it is so real to me how some of the best players in the world will play a role like a Cypher, like a Smoke, like an Omen, like a Brimstone, because those people are going to be cracked at the game no matter what character they're on. So you might as well give the risky position to someone you don't trust. Even if your duelists die when entering site, if you're good at the game, you still have a chance to keep that round alive. It's not a complete shutout, And I think that you learning to play smokes, or even Sentinel, or like Initiator, someone that stays back, can really help you climb on your way to a higher rank in Valorant. And I also take a lot of pride in having a lot of game awareness when it comes to shooters. And I feel like whenever you play someone like a Smoke, you kind of have that util to kind of big brain sometimes. You know, it's not like a Duelist where it's kind of one dimensional. Yeah, you might have like a Smoke or a blind, but a lot of the times you're committed to the angle that you peek because that's kind of what you're supposed to do. But having that ability to be able to put down a smoke, maneuver yourself out of situations, get yourself out of tight corners, that is such an underrated and underused thing that a good player should be able to use. Because if you have game awareness and you're not just aim, you can make so many plays with the util that a smoke player has. Like, you see a lot of the best players play Omen because he has a lot of op potential. He has a blind, he has multiple smokes, he has a teleport. You want to use your overall game sense and mechanics to get you across. And yes, you can do that with Jet, you can sometimes do that with Reyna, with Raze or whatever, but it makes it a lot harder because, like, again, you have to be the first one in there. So playing these other characters give you so much more ability to outplay people. So not only can you out aim people, right, if you're good at the game, but you can also use the smokes, you can also use your blinds, and you can make so many things happen. And I think if you really think, and I mean this legitly, if you really think that you are the best player on the team and that you're mechanically a really good player, play smokes and watch your rank just fly up.